We are joined with team captain Larry Clark of the Arthur Child Cancer Conquerors.
And Ryan from Boasting, who is going to explain to us today the benefits of the two different indoor trainers we have here in front of us. All right, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Ryan. Could you please explain to our tour team what the benefits of these two trainers are?
Thanks for the opportunity for having us here today. First, we're going to talk about this. This is the Wahoo Kicker Snap. This is going to be our more cost-effective trainer. And the benefit for this one is for someone who just wants to do a bit of leisure riding inside of the house. It is Swift capable, Bluetooth, Amp Plus, so any of the programs that are out on the market, you can easily use them with no issues whatsoever. When I say this one's a little bit more cost-effective, you don't have to take your wheel off of your bike. You just need to add a trainer tire. And the benefit to that, essentially, you replace your stock tire and put it on, attach your bike on here, and you can see this has a variable adjustment with this drum, so you can make sure you have great contact with the tire. But like I say, this is for someone who just wants to get a little bit of kilometers inside the house. Now, if we move over to this one's going to be a little bit more expensive, but the benefits to this is it's more of a direct mount. When I say that, you physically take your wheel off of the bike, and this already has a cassette like you would have on your rear wheel that mounts on here. The benefit for that is it's a direct drive, so you have a better power transfer and it's more stable when you're riding. The only thing I would like to talk about is when you are riding with something like this and you do have a carbon fiber bike, it's not the most ideal for riding with a carbon fiber bike. A lot of people do it, but you just don't want to get out of the saddle and ride too hard because it puts stresses on the frame that the frame was not designed for. So if you are going to use something like this, I would definitely recommend using a steel or aluminum bike, or if you do use a carbon fiber frame, what you want to do is make sure you're just a little bit more gentle while you're riding on it.
All right, Ryan, and if you don't mind explaining today, what would you say are the benefits of having your own trainer at home versus having, say, a Peloton or a stationary bike?
If you already have your own bike and it's fit for you, that is where the true benefit is. We have to understand that some of the Peloton and indoor bikes are designed just to get you riding, but also to do a little bit more standing up and some other exercises as well that you wouldn't really do when you're riding your normal bike. So having one of these allows you to take your bike that you've invested heavily in and make it more usable all throughout the winter. And then when you come out of spring, you're already comfortable on your bike versus a machine that doesn't really feel the exact same. Now what I'd like to do is take the time to show you how you mount your bike onto the trainer. The first thing we want to talk about is you'll notice that when you've opened your box, it comes with a different skewer on here. The purpose for that is just when you mount this onto the trainer, it's got rounded edges that actually fit into where the trainer axle slot goes. If you look at your OEM trainer skewer, sorry, your original trainer skewer, you'll notice that it's not rounded, it's square, and you have a plastic knob on this end. There's a chance that it could eject while you're riding on the trainer, so that's why it's very important to change this right off the get-go. And it's something very simple to do. You just open it up like so, hold onto the skewer with your one hand, loosen it, pull it off. Then just do the reverse of what you did with the new skewer to put it on. It's very, very simple. Just making sure that the springs are at either end as you're mounting this skewer. Once you have that mounted and you have it set to the correct tension, then it's just going to be a matter of adjusting the spacing on the trainer to hold the bike on there correctly. Now that we have that skewer in, all we're going to do is open up the drum so we can easily place the bike on the trainer. You're just going to bring your bike up, and what you're going to do is make the necessary adjustments to have the axle being supported by your trainer. Once you have that in, you just want to make sure it's sitting there securely firm so that when you're putting your full weight while you're pedaling, it's not rocking back and forth. Once you have that locked into place, all you'll do is come down and tighten the drum so that it's easily rolling and it's grabbing onto your tire. Now that you have the bike on the trainer, one of the most important things you want to do is actually make sure the bike is level. You want to make sure that when you're putting your trainer in somewhere in your house that it's on a level surface, so that way when you're riding, you don't feel like you're going downhill or uphill all the time. These trainers do come with a wheel block. The purpose of this is not just to hold the wheel in place, but to actually make the bike feel like it's level. And just to make sure that your floor is level, you can easily grab one like this and just put it onto the axle in the front of the back. And then you have the opportunity, if we need to make adjustments with the front wheel block. So that way you're in a comfortable position the whole time that you're riding. Now that we have our eye candy on the bike, we just want to have a quick talk about the back end here. You'll notice that this is actually a electromagnetic roller, and essentially as you're moving, this is giving you real-time feeling as you're riding outside. So if our subject was to stop pedaling, you'll notice that your wheel keeps moving. The idea behind that is when you're riding on one of the programs and you're going downhill or coasting, the wheel will keep moving, so it is a true interactive feeling while you're riding your bike. So if you have a bike computer or phone, anything that's Bluetooth or ANT Plus capable, you can easily connect those so you can get all of your metrics in real time. Now, the only thing I want to point out as well, if we noticed while he's riding, this is a carbon fiber bike. So you'll notice that as you're riding, you see a little bit of movement. That's not a bad thing. That's just the bike doing its job. But if we were to put it in a really hard gear and get out of the saddle and pedal really hard side to side, that is not ideal. Sitting down like this and pedaling at a great cadence is proper riding English on a trainer.